Want to know how to speak confidently to anyone, no matter who they are or what situation you're in? In this video, I'm giving you practical suggestions to become more confident and overcome that fear you might have of talking to certain people in certain situations, making it feel hard to talk to them. By overcoming this, it will help you build great relationships that will help you in business and in life. Hi there, I'm Leanne Bridges, Success and Self-Mastery Coach for business owners and leaders. Today in this video, I'm sharing some tricks and tactics that will help you talk confidently to anyone. It doesn't matter if that's at a business meeting, networking event, or even just out with friends. These simple techniques will help you feel more confident and put your best foot forward. Make sure you stay to the end if you want to crack this, as tip number 5 is a game changer. So, tip number 1, start by picturing yourself as a confident person. Self-image is an essential concept in positive psychology. It's how you perceive yourself, and it will have built up over a long period of time, a lifetime. It's not about how you look, so it's not fundamentally improved by getting yourself a good haircut. It's much deeper than that. It's how we see ourselves internally and externally. So it's how you see yourself in the mirror, but more importantly, how you see yourself in your head. A simple way to start to improve your self-image is to start picturing yourself as a confident person in your head. Reframe how you're seeing yourself, correct your body language, for instance. So if in your head you're looking a bit nervous or unsure, picture yourself instead looking confident, with a confident posture. Step number 1 is to picture yourself and think of yourself as a confident person. Tip number 2, make eye contact and smile. Eye contact and smiling breaks down so many barriers. Research shows humans find other people more attractive when they make eye contact and smile. Of course, when we're feeling nervous or less than confident, we won't naturally be thinking about smiling and might reduce the eye contact we make. So it's important to give it some thought and make sure you're actually doing this, so that it naturally makes the conversation easier. Tip number 3, plan ahead. Whether it's networking, a sales meeting, or a team meeting, think about any situations that you might find awkward and prepare questions to ask, topics to talk about, or how you'll respond to any difficult questions that you think could be on the agenda. We can have high expectations of ourselves and think that we need to be able to answer anything and everything, or even perform on the spot. And that's not the case. Some of the most seasoned networkers, leaders, or charismatic performers put in hours of practice. So get comfortable with what's coming and invest time in preparing. Tip 4, show interest in the other person. Sometimes we can unintentionally focus on how we're coming across, selling ourselves, or on what we're saying. By focusing on the other person, taking genuine interest in what they're saying and thinking about their needs, you'll shift your attention from yourself and the forensic examination you're conducting on how you're performing to serving the other person's needs. It will help the conversation to be more productive, and you'll feel more confident as you focus your attention on the other person. When I'm working with clients, it's quite common for them to be playing back most situations and what that situation means to them. We're often doing this for the entire conversation as we actually have it. Can you relate? You know, those times when you're meant to be listening and all you can think about is whether the last comment you made sounded silly, or whether they think you're not that competent because of something they said to you. And all of this is going around and around in your head while you're trying to have a good conversation. It's really going to get in the way. So set your intention to shift your attention fully onto the other person. Tip number 5, end conversations graciously. Many conversations come to a natural end. We run out of steam, and so when you notice that, be prepared for how you'll end the conversation without awkward pauses. When you feel like it's the perfect time to wrap things up, have your exit plan. Saying something like, "It's been great chatting, let's catch up on this again next week," or "Let's connect on LinkedIn," or whatever positive way you want to exit the conversation, which means that you'll leave the conversation with as positive as an impression as when you started. While these tips are really practical and will get you a good way on the journey of talking confidently to anyone, you might now be left thinking you'd like to learn more about how to do this. The thing is, much of what's happening in these situations is actually automatic. So you might find that you notice things like sweaty palms, shallower breathing, and a raised heart rate. And all of those things are automatic, as is the way you physically and mentally show up in these conversations. And you might now be interested to learn more about how to change your subconscious patterns and behaviours so that these conversations can happen easily and effortlessly, so that talking confidently to anyone comes naturally and instinctively to you. If that's piqued your interest and you want to find out how to talk confidently to anyone, then watch my free training, which you can find at www.free-mindset.training. In this free training, you'll discover how confidence is learned and not something you're born with, and how to create a mindset shift so that you can show up confidently in any situation and talk confidently to anyone. And you can get instant access now at www.free-mindset.training and get started today.